This video was sent in by Antonio and it features a security guard who's documenting a really strange event that is taking place in front of the hotel. He states that he's working at that place for many years already and that he never came across anything like it. Let's take a look.
No se ve nada. No se ve nada. Lo que yo veo ahora es algo muy fuerte, nunca
Intriguing.
pasó.
What could have happened that night?
Asustado pero posta. Hay una mujer al lado del portero eléctrico. Son las 2:30 de la mañana.
As the man lets us know, there appears to be an ominous lady standing right next to the entrance sign, and she doesn't appear to be moving once. A lady in a blue dress, with dark hair. Mysterious, isn't it? Could it be a prank? Maybe just a hoax?
Esa imagen nunca apareció. Nunca. Estoy todos los días cada 12 horas.
Then, one last look to confirm that in fact nobody is standing there. What is it in your opinion? Is it a paranormal event that transpired in front of this man's workplace? It's definitely a really eerie thought, coming across a lady that can creep you out like that in the midst of night. These two explorers from Germany were exploring an abandoned asylum in the southwest. The place was locked up, therefore a broken window was the only access for them into the ruins of this huge complex. They were venturing through different buildings every couple of weeks and always eager to capture something unexplainable. As they are making their way through the old corridors, they get spooked by a small voice which appears to be whispering. But this wasn't good enough to scare these two away at this point. As they walk further down the hallways, the dude with the camera seems to capture something frightening looking through the wood. Increasing the brightness of the material reveals the face of a young girl. Was it a spirit? I bet anybody would have been scared senseless after seeing such a shape on their camera screen. The two ran back to their cars and had to take a long break from their investigations. This video clip was recorded by TikTok user Redeem. She's performing a dance choreography to one of her favorite songs in what appears to be her family home. It is unknown if mysterious activity could have been captured before this incident in the past, but based on Redeem's reaction, this is one of the first times that it got captured on video. Let's take a look. Without a doubt, there seems to be a fast shadow floating by from the screen left side towards the right, and then it disappears. It is pretty unrealistic that it could have been caused by another person in the room, or an open window of some sorts. That is what her viewers say at least. What do you think? Is it a shadow person, traveling in another dimension, or was this clip tampered with? I couldn't say for sure. Itzel sent me this video from South America. During an evening class, a weird object was captured outside of a classroom window. It is not easy to see, but with help of some filters, it was later revealed that the apparition had facial features. Looks like smoke or fog. Was it the spirit of a relative that was visiting class at night? Definitely strange movement. Pretty unusual. A colleague snapped this picture of his friend, who apparently got visited by a young lady who was alive some centuries ago. On another occasion, a similar figure could be captured by another hospital employee. Could it be the same spirit? This video was sent by Richard, and it features a person driving on a road at night. That person's dashcam recorded the following incident, and it keeps people being baffled after seeing what's about to transpire. I mean, that maneuver alone is pretty insane, isn't it? But somebody else pulls an even stranger stunt. A person is appearing in the middle of the road, seemingly out of nowhere, and the cars have a really hard time avoiding it without driving straight into whatever that is. If we look at it frame by frame, it is pretty noticeable that this stranger is wearing some sort of bandana, a backpack, some white shorts and shoes. Most likely this is nothing of paranormal nature. Viewers suspect, though, that it might have been a time traveler of some sorts. But of course the person could have been walking in the middle of the road all along, and the camera angle just makes it a bit unclear for us. Whatever the reason, it's a miracle that nobody got hurt at this point, am I right? This video was sent by Antoine. It features a group of young travelers who were taking a trip to one of several caves in Italy that you can visit as a tourist. Many of these places are said to house old and unpredictable energy. In this case, the men of the group decided to check the old halls out for themselves for some reason, and they were in luck. At first it seems that nobody else was with them, but a brief moment later they find an old woman standing in front of a shrine and is not moving once. Of course, the guys were freaked out and decided to make their way out of there as fast as they could. Was she a spirit? Shanna650 has recorded the next video, which is really odd. In general, she only posts positive and entertaining dances in every part of her family's house. So the following recording was kind of a novelty. Apparently, whatever she captured was not really there at the time, and she asked her viewers for help and ideas of what it could have been that was standing there at the time. Now let's see what she was actually talking about.
See this dark figure? I thought that this was my dad stood outside, and turns out it wasn't, and I ran out of the room and I came back in 2 minutes later and it had fully gone. Then later on that night I heard breathing noises on my phone.
Such a cool bunch of girls to be friends with, like just in one day. It's been so good.
In case you couldn't make out what she was saying through the 3 layers of audio on her video. One day when she was recording herself, she realized that there was a shadow standing outside of her window. When she checked if it was her dad, he wasn't actually there, and the figure was gone the moment she returned to her room. What also is an interesting detail is the smell of rotten eggs. Could this be proof of an entity that was actually there at the time? Strange smells have been documented by many people who have reported a haunting at their home. Of course, there is no proof that this isn't a hoax. Now, I can't say much about the breathing noises that she was talking about, because you just can't hear them through the music and her friend talking in this particular video. Nevertheless, it's a pretty eerie event, I find.
Such a cool bunch of girls to be friends with, like just in one day. It's been so good.
This video is from Jose and depicts a father who was playing with his 2 kids in their family home. These 2 boys were clearly having fun together, and it is not known if the house they were currently located at was infamous for having any unusual encounters happening in the past. When they watched the video afterwards, they got pretty spooked. Looks like it's sinister. The man in our video today was showing off his apartment in the middle of the night. Nothing wrong with that, right? Well, actually he's talking about an unearthly presence that is spooking through his new place that he inherited just recently. South America is home to many unexplainable things that seem to take place in many different places, even in people's homes. It is believed that the former owner passed away in this very bedroom. Unsettling if you think about it. While he lets us in on even more spooky details, he starts to record himself and keeps walking. Oh no. His camera then captures this eerie shape. It looks like a figure lying in his bed. Could it be the former owner?
Looks definitely like a torso.